I, for one, was excited to see the Winged Eagle back, and I was hoping that Kevin Owens would smash it with a hammer like Mr. Perfect did. Maybe we'll see that in the Big Blue Cage at the next Saturday night's main event. Did you have a favorite Saturday night's main event moment when you were growing up, Jeff?
Oh boy, I was hoping you would ask that. I tell you what, you go first, and I'll go. Did you have one?
Listen, I know it was technically the main event and not Saturday night's main event, but the twin Hebner referee thing,
That's
that's no, yeah, that's hard to beat, man.
1988. So I'm wrestling. That's that was March. So almost right at my 2-year anniversary. We did a spot show. We did a spot show in Arkansas. And so whatever, the matches get over at 9:30 or 10. But Conrad, Randy Hales, if I remember correctly, he set his VHS to record before he left the house. But we got back there in time because we rushed right back there. It was only like 30 minutes, 40 minutes from Jonesboro, whatever. I remember watching that. And I like to say how smart to the business, but how smart can you be really 2 years into it? But look, and I knew the territories existed and everything, but I had no context of who Dave Hebner was, Earl Hebner was, just nothing. Like, I never saw that story, that angle going. I'm tuned in to see Hogan Andre and the pomp and circumstance, and it's on primetime television. And during that time, I've ebbed and flowed through the years on my fandom of Saturday Night Live. Some seasons are great, some seasons are just totally passable, but hell, they've been on the air as long as wrestling has, or not quite as long. But anyhow, Conrad, that angle and that execution, and I know we're in a different time and you've got angles, it's a Sportatorium or Channel 5 or Raw, Nitro, Dynamite, Thunder, all the different programs, and everything has different settings and just the Asylum and Impact Zone and all yada, yada, yada. But that setting and those announcers and the way it was sold, that was it's you talk about a moment that is etched in my brain because son of a, and I'm supposed to be smart to the business, like son of a bitch, they got us. It was good. That will forever go down as that's the top 5 angle. It just historic, done the right way. I wonder what Meltzer gave it as far as the star rating.
Terrible, terrible, terrible ratings.
No.
I do want to mention I love that the Mega Powers, I guess, sort of unofficially formed on Saturday night's main event as well back in '87 when the Honky Tonk Man and the Hart Foundation had outnumbered the Macho Man Randy Savage. He'd historically been a heel, but he's protecting his lovely wife, Miss Elizabeth, or his girlfriend at the time, I guess, in storyline. And then here comes Hulk Hogan to make the save. Well, that creates the Mega Powers. And then there's the errant bump that takes Miss Elizabeth out. And then there's the live breakup and fight. I mean, there's just so many great moments around my fandom. And Hulk Hogan's a big part. He was not on the program at all. He wasn't even on the intro video. I didn't notice that at the time. That's when my guests were arriving. So I missed some of it. I heard it, but I didn't get to see it. But then I saw online afterwards people saying, yeah, he wasn't on it at all. But we saw Coco Beware and we saw Greg Valentine and we saw lots of great stars from yesteryear. I mean, even Jimmy Hart was there.
I love it.
But no Hulk Hogan. Did it feel weird to you for Hulk Hogan not to be there?
And maybe the short answer is no, because my mind immediately went to kind of what we're talking about, the NBA and how Hulk's gotten very political. And
I see.
Is that an NBC call and not an Endeavor call?
I see.
I have no idea, but I mean, they sell a lot of Hulk merch, correct? Endeavor does.
A shit ton of merch, and he was synonymous with Saturday night's main event. And let me just say in a loud and clear voice, if you were not a fan of or in favor of Hulk Hogan being on Saturday night's main event, you should go fuck yourself with our sponsor, Blue Chew.
Saturday night was Saturday night's main event. That kind of is obvious. And
Yep.
when you told Cassio, get out, you
Yep.
told the man Shuley, you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. After seeing that winged eagle, did you need a Blue Chew?
No, I was bricked up like a brick house. Didn't need it.
That winged eagle just sets you to a whole nother level, didn't it? Kind of like that GIF you sent me the other day. You was just a spinning and a spinning and a spinning.
You didn't respond to that, but tell me that wasn't funny. Evansville, Ricky and Robert, 1983.
Right. I couldn't come up with an emoji to do it enough justice, so I just said I'll bring it up at some point.
But you know, if we know anything about Ricky and Robert, it's that they were tag team specialists. Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited that we're here today. We've been rambling on for an hour, and we are just days away from a really big AEW Dynamite. If you haven't already, make plans to check out Dynamite tomorrow night. I think they're calling this the Holiday Bash. The Dynamite Holiday Bash is here. Let's take a look at some of the matches and what we will see this Wednesday night. The Continental Classic continues in the Gold League when Will Ospreay, who a lot of people have believed is the best wrestler in the world, is going to be taking on Darby Allin, who is without question one of the biggest stars in AEW. And man, what a heck of a nice guy he is as well. This is going to be a crazy match, man. We hear all the time in UFC, styles make fights. What do you think about Darby Allin and Will Ospreay? Who do you got?
You nailed it. Styles make fights. The Daredevil versus the ultra athlete. It is not a slam dunk that, as the kids call it, this isn't a slam dunk banger. Both of them better come with not only their A game, but kind of a mindset, a mental think through, because the expectations for this match are at a premium. So how are both guys going to be showcased in a proper way, if that makes sense? Will Powell, I like to call him backstage when I see him around. Sometimes I call him Willie Goat, because I do think he is, man, oh man, that guy can do some incredible stuff. Good luck to him, both of them.
It's going to be a fun night. It's not only that match, but we've got a whole lot more. We've also got Mercedes Moné taking on Anna Jay for the TBS Championship. And big fan of Anna Jay in my household. But Mercedes Moné, she had what a lot of people are calling the best women's match of the year over the weekend for New Japan. What do you expect? Can Anna Jay get her hand raised?
She won't get her hand raised. Wednesday would be if I'm a betting man. But Mercedes, her pay-per-view match last month. God, has it already been a month already? Feels like it. And then, off the event this weekend. So Mercedes on a roll as far as in-ring performance. And I don't think Wednesday's going to be any different.